Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is our 2018 IFBB Muscle Mayhem Men's Open Bodybuilding Champion, Charles Griffen. What's up, my friend?
I'm all good. How you doing over there?
After the show is over, first of all, I want to just go on record as saying I thought you looked incredible at the show. Best look to date. Absolutely, no doubt about it. However, when I did my contest wrap-up of the festivities out there, I felt that Akeem Williams beat you. It was my personal opinion. But it didn't have anything to do with the fact that I didn't think you looked the best that you have ever looked by far. Now, I know you took a little offense to it. You went on one of the rivals, shows, and you were visibly upset with me. So I apologize if it was insulting to you, but it was just my opinion. But I did think you did look awesome. It had nothing to do with the way you looked.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Palumbo. You always show me love, man. You never not show me love. So maybe I took a little offense to that because, man, Palumbo always had me up here.
Yeah,
man.
you're right.
Up here. And then, you had, like you said, it's your opinion, and I just took a little offense to the opinion because, man, Palumbo's always had me up here. So, like you said, you never knocked how I looked.
Right.
But you just had your opinion thinking Akeem won the show, which is, that's your opinion. You're what you could think you're what that's your opinion. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be different people's cups of tea, so it is what it is.
Well, the incredible thing is that you and Akeem have very similar stories. You both haven't been competing that long. I mean, it's literally been 4 years since your first show, and you've already qualified for the Mr. Olympia. No one does that anymore. It takes guys 10 years to get on an Olympia stage. So you and Akeem have put on enormous amounts of size over the last 4 to 5 years, and you've both risen up the ranks. So it actually was a good matchup at this show because you're kind of both at the same stage of your careers. Both going to the Olympia. Hopefully, Akeem will probably do another show and win. If not, he probably has enough points to go. So you guys will be squaring off against the Olympia again, and you guys match up really, really well with each other. And I think that's what made that show so exciting, because it really was that close, and you really could say, well, he could have won it, you could have won. Obviously, you got the nod, you got the Olympia qualification, and the bottom line is when 10 years from now, all we're going to see is Charles Griffen is the winner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Were you worried at the show when you saw Akeem backstage? Because obviously you knew he was on, you knew yourself were on. How were you anticipating the battle up there?
Going into the show, I truly felt like, before the Toronto went on, going into the show, I truly felt like this was my show to win. This was my show to lose. Like, I had that much confidence going into the show just because I kept barely missing it at several shows. So I really felt like it was my show. So, of course, when I see Akeem, how he looked at Toronto, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't a little worried, because that's a big boy. He's a big boy. Like, I beat him in Cal last year, but Akeem didn't have that conditioning he had at Cal. So when I seen that conditioning he had, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. So we went to the athletes meeting. He was covered up. And then we went to go tan, and he was tanning. I'm like, oh, here he is. So, of course, I'm giving my sneak looks, looking, seeing if the vascularity is there, this and that. And then I seen him post on the scale that he weighed 248.5. I'm like, oh, shit. He's bringing that conditioning that he brought. So, of course, I'm not going to sit here and say that I wasn't worried about that big boy. I was worried. I knew it wasn't going to be – I knew I wasn't just going to walk in there and get it. I knew it was going to be a battle. Right. I did know that.
And you love battling it up on the stage. You got a lot of energy up there and a lot of enthusiasm when you're on that stage posing.
I love that. Like that finals, the finals confirmation round, they pulled everybody out. Then they pulled out places 3 to 5, and I was like, oh, they got me and Akeem sitting next to each other. We about to battle it out. And I was just like, I looked over at him, and I'm like, let's get it. You know what I mean? So it was great. It was great just to be up on stage with just us two and nobody else. And I'm like, here it is. We throwing down the gauntlet and let's battle. You know what I mean? So it was a lovely thing.
And, I was very, very careful to preface that I wasn't at the show. And there is an intangible factor that you cannot factor in. It's called who entices the judges more. Now, you have a tremendous energy up on that stage. Akeem is much more reserved. I thought this posing was better than it's ever been, but you almost like to be up there, and he almost acts like maybe I don't want to be up here. So sometimes that can affect judges. When things are very close, these intangibles sometimes can go a long way into determining who a judge goes with, whether first or second place.
Yeah. That has a lot to do with it. When I'm up on that stage, I'm just having fun. I love the battle. It comes out on the stage, and it happened to be this time I usually be mean grilling. I do mean grill this last one, but my smile was coming out a lot on this stage right here because I was just in my zone, man. It just felt real good. The confidence I had because I knew I had, I'm working with Matt Jensen now. The confidence I had in what he knows what he does and how he was going to bring me in, it just showed on the stage. So it was great, man. I just love to be up there, and I love going against a big Akeem. I love going against everybody. I ain't gonna lie. When I was standing next to Akeem and Max Charles on my side, I'm like, damn, these some big boys right here. Like, I've done the shoulder workout thing like Max Charles does, because emulate what he does, and then when he did that front lat, we're all doing that front lat. I'm like, obviously I'm the smallest dude, but I'm just like, damn, these are some big brothers right here, man. So, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like, I was like, shit, I'm ready to go, but there's some big boys. It was great, man. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's funny because Max Charles pretty much is bigger than everyone on the stage, upper body wise. But obviously, he still has, the legs are still lagging behind that upper body, and I don't know if he could ever catch him up because the upper body is so incredible. But you and Akeem kind of have better balance in the sense that you weren't as big as him, but you obviously had the upper and lower bodies matching much better. Yeah. And your legs have come up tremendously over the last year, I have to say also, especially from the sides and the back.
Because I remember you and Chris Aceto said one thing about that last year at the Muscle Mayhem, that Victor his legs were a little bit more developed, this and that, that, and that. And like I said, you guys been around the sport for a long time, and obviously you guys know what you're talking about. Besides you saying Akeem won, you obviously know what you're talking about. You always know what you're talking about. So, no, I truly do take in what you guys say into consideration, and I had that going into my next offseason. Like, I need to bring these quads up. I need to bring this up. I need to bring that up because that's one thing that pinpointed out what you guys had said about when me and Victor went against each other on that same stage. So I wanted to make sure I tried my best to bring those up. You know what I mean?
And just to remind people, you were second at the Muscle Mayhem last year. So, you obviously wanted to come back and win that show, and now you have. And, just to get back to what you were saying, you're right, because, if you look at the pictures and you compare the poses on paper, you really can give the edge to Akeem because, in static poses, but, it's not a statically judged competition, and I've made this statement before. So that's why I keep saying I wasn't there, because you have a life on stage that's beyond what you can describe in pictures. It doesn't come off, and you tend to wow the audience and wow the judges. You bamboozle people with your physique. That's what people love when I use that word. But it's true. You suck people in. People want to look at you on stage because you enjoy being up there. And I tell people that all the time. You can't really teach someone that. They either got it or they don't. You're either a showman or you don't. You're a showman up there. And I know that the better you look, the more you want to perform for the audience.
Exactly. And what the thing you miss when you're not there in person, like, I'm not going to say, like, I beat Akeem in every pose. I know I beat him in some poses. But overall, when you're there in person, I was just that much more sharper. My physique was just that much more polished. And in pictures and in videos, you're not really going to get to see that much because Akeem looked it better than what some of the pictures and videos showed. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that I just looked better in those pictures and videos, but Akeem as well looked it better. But what you miss is in that person is I was just overall a more finished, more crisp, more polished. You know what I mean? Like from the side shot, you could see it. In the midsection, Akeem, this and that, where mine was more polished, more this and more that. Akeem's a big boy, man. What he has on, he's a big boy, and he brought it, man. Like I said, if it would have went the other way, would I have been mad? Of course I would have been mad. because I train for first place, I eat for first place, I do this for first place, but I wouldn't have been like, oh, it's all politics. Akeem won because of politics. No, Akeem brought it. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't have been mad that he won, but I would have been mad I lost because of
course.
My main goal is to get first place and to get that Olympia qualification. You know what I mean?
Another thing that people have to understand is that I compare you a little bit to Kai Green. You're a very unconventional poser. You have your own ways of hitting certain poses that make you unique. I can almost, if you cut your face off, I could tell it's your body just by how you move on stage and the way you set up your mandatory poses. And that sometimes doesn't translate in pictures as well because it's unconventional. But on stage, it's unique because people's eyes get drawn to you because you're doing things in your own artistic way.
Yeah, you know, and I got a lot of that, and I did look at a lot of Kai Green. I was new to the game. 2014, I did my first show, but I looked at a lot of Kai Green stuff. When he lifts, the muscle-mind connection, how he lifts and how he poses, and how it's an art form you bring. If I'm doing this move, I want to bring attention to everything else before I bring it to the main move. So, you know, I did pay attention to a lot of what Kai Green set up for the side chest. I want them to see the hamstring, the glutes, everything. I'm touching everything before it comes up. So, you know, I did follow a lot of what Kai Green does. Just, you know, posing is about art and it's about showing your body in the best showcase as you could do it. I'm always trying to improve myself with that. That's one thing I'm trying to improve myself on as every show goes on and on. So I'm about to be doing a lot of posing to be on this stage against the top 18 guys, top 17 guys in this Olympia. So I'm going to do whatever I can to improve again so I can try to get into that top 10 spot. So that's my goal is I want to get into that top 10 spot this year.
Well, you've been moving up the ranks very quickly. Now, there's a big show coming up in Chicago in less than 4 weeks. Sergio Oliva Jr. is doing it. I see Justin Rodriguez is doing it. The names keep pouring in by the day. Is that something that you might throw your hat into the ring, or are you kind of shutting it down to the Olympia?
I'm shutting it down for the Olympia. You know, if it was a show like this weekend, yeah, I would have been like, okay, I'm in shape. Why not do a show this weekend? But that's 4 weeks out. I can make some improvements and I could grow into this show right now. So I don't want to do another show in 4 weeks. This 4 weeks, I want to build and try to improve on my physique going into the biggest stage of bodybuilding, Olympia. So I'm shutting it down. I'm going to be a spectator at the Chicago show, seeing who brings it, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. I'm shutting it down for the next 14 weeks and see what we could do.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a smart strategy at this point. Now, you know, bodybuilding is an expensive sport. We all know that. I know you don't have a supplement sponsor currently. I'm assuming you're out, and you're looking for someone who you can believe in, a company that you can believe in, and that might support you out there. How do you make ends meet? As a bodybuilder, is it tough to do it, you know, without someone supporting you like that?
You know what? It was tough starting out, but now it's not tough. I'm a personal trainer and I'm a coach, so I work and up until the showtime, I'm working anywhere from 28 to 38 hours a week. You know what I mean? I got like 20, 25 clients. I'm busy on my personal training thing. So when I hear bodybuilders saying, I don't know how I'm doing this, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but that's their fault because they're being lazy. I'm training just as hard as them, but I got a load of clients that I'm training, personal training clients that I'm training and everything like that. So yeah, it's expensive, but I'm putting the work in every day with all my clients so I could go do all these shows I'm doing like that. I don't have no supplement sponsors. I got a quarter turn to the right. They're my posing trunks. They do all my suits. That's the only sponsor I got. So I do all my stuff myself. Couple companies have reached out, this and that. And, you know, of course, I want to be like, yeah, I want to sign on the dotted line and get the money. But I'm all about, I want to be with a company that I really, truly feel like I want to be with. I just don't want to jump with somebody because they want to offer me some money and some free supplements. I've been getting by this long by doing everything myself. So why not hold off for a little bit longer and wait for that supplement sponsor that come by that I'm going to be like, yes, I want to work with you guys. Yes, let's do this. So I'm doing everything on my own. And, you know, it's I won't say it's hard. I'm not going to say it's super easy, but I'm loving the whole process right now, man. I'm loving life right now. Everything's all great.
Yeah, you know, but I'm sure every once in a while it probably goes through your mind, man, if I could rest more and sleep more, maybe I'd be bigger or recover better. But then again, sometimes when you have too much free time on your hand, you wind up getting in trouble, and you lose focus. So it's sometimes better to be very busy.
Yeah, it's very busy. You know, and sleep, I make sure I give myself, because I tell my clients and my people, it goes sleep, diet, and then gym. That's what I tell my people. So I believe you got to get your sleep you got to get your sleep. That's the most important thing. So I get my 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night, every day. So, you know, that's one thing I got to do is I get my sleep. I got 8.5 hours last night. So I'm real rested, you know what I mean? So I believe in sleeping. I got to get that rest. So, you know, because
you're talking to a guy who has a young baby in the house. My wife and I don't get. We're lucky if we get 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night. So I envy those days where I used to wake up after 9 hours of sleep and say, I still need a nap today, you know, because I haven't slept enough.
Yeah.
What you know, when you work with your clients, you know, do you get people ready for competitions as well?
Yeah, you know, I do get people ready for competition as well. Like I can have a team of 30, 40 competitors if I wanted to, but I can't do that because I can't give them that time that they need.
Right.
I've got to be selfish because I got goals I want to get to. So I keep me a small team that I coach, but personal training clients and doing their meal plans, that's all day. I could do however many of that. But when it comes to coaching, you really got to be in tune and you really got to give each person your time. So I keep a small team of competitors that I get ready for shows. But when it comes to personal training and diets, I got tons of those. That's easy to do. I can come in the gym tired and train clients and switch up their diet. But when it comes to coaching, I can't have a 20, 30 members. So I keep a nice, knit, close team of people that I could really give time to and, you know, be comfortable with, and I can still do everything I need to do. So I'm not trying to coach hundreds of people. I do that once I get done bodybuilding. But I keep like a good team of 5 to 10 competitors I coach and everything like that. But I'm not trying to get too crazy on the coaching line because I'm still learning. You know what I mean?
Sure. No, that's smart. That's smart.
Just because I'm a pro, they be like, you don't want to work Charles? Yeah, I know what I'm doing, but when I get 20, 30 coaching clients, that's a little bit hard to do right there. You know what I mean? Like when I was this weekend hanging out with Matt Johnson, just seeing the work he has to put in while he's getting ready to do a show, getting me ready, and then he's got all these clients. So I'm like, I can't do that right now. I don't have time to do that right now. So no, thank you. Right. I just, you know, I can't do it. Yeah.
When you look at the top 10 of the Olympia lineup, you know, and you look at Phil Heath's physique, do you feel that Phil can be beaten?
Man, I'm going to be straight up honest. Phil ain't going to get beaten this year. I don't think Phil's going to get beat this year. People on my page, they say, oh, my God, you look like this. Phil better be intimidated. Man, I appreciate you guys showing me the love. I really appreciate that, but I'm a realist. I'm not ready to mess with Phil right now. I got places 2 through however many until I worry about Phil, but I don't think Phil's going to get beat this year. Maybe next year maybe, because then I'm going to be talking like, okay, I got my first Olympia underneath my belt and I got into the top 10. I get my first off season under Cap Johnson. Now I'm talking about, okay, I'm coming at you, Phil, but right now, hey, me and Phil, I'm a fanboy. When I see Phil backstage, I want to take pictures, this and that. So I don't think Phil's going to get beat this year. I honestly don't think he's going to get beat.
All right. I take that opinion at face value. All right. You know what? I'm going to let you go, but I want to just, I'm looking at those arms. It looks like your arms grew about 2 inches since the show. Give us an arm shot there. Let's see that arm. Unbelievable. What are those, about 23 inches? What are those, 23 inches, those arms?
Yeah, they about 23s. I'm not going to lie, they're almost 23s. They're 22s with some change right now.
That's a good 23 inches, though, man, because they got good shape. Charles, appreciate you coming on the show and talking to us. Congratulations on the big win, of course, and I'm glad we made amends, and we'll be rooting for you at the Olympia.
Thank you, Palumbo. You always show me love, man. That's why I took it to heart, man. I care about your work.
I know. I like you. That's why I didn't want you to dislike. I felt bad. I said, oh, man, I really insulted this guy. I'm sorry.
Thank you for having me on, Palumbo.
Absolutely. Okay, and that's going to take us to the end of another episode of Live with brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.